There's literally people who toss and turn all night worrying. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I don't get that job? What if the person that I'm with doesn't want to be with me anymore? What if somebody breaks into my house? What if this happens? What if that happens? Research shows us that at least 90% of the things that we worry about, they don't happen. How many times have you worried about something and nothing happened? Or if something did occur, it was nowhere near the magnitude that you thought that it would be. A lot of us, dare I say, take years off of our life, sitting up here just worrying about stuff all the time. Worry, 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 worry. Does worry, what does that do? What does that fix? Where does that get us? You feel me? What does it really do for you? My grandmother, before she passed away, she raised me. My great grandmother raised me. And I never saw her worry about nothing. And she told me something not long before she passed on. She transitioned. She said to me, there's no use in worrying. Worrying doesn't get you anywhere. Why worry? And this is somebody that I saw who didn't have the most, who didn't have a lot, but made the best of her situation. And I never saw her complained. I never saw her worried. Even after my grandfather passed away in 2004, even then, I never saw her worry about anything. And, as I have gone through life, I've had my moments where, I allowed things to get to me. I allowed things to bother me. I allowed things to dominate my mind earlier on in my days, in my 20s and even in my early 30s, but not anymore. I don't worry about much of anything anymore. And you don't have to worry about anything anymore either. Now, I know you're probably watching this saying, you don't understand, bro, sir, bruh. You don't understand my situation. You don't understand what I'm going through at the moment. You don't understand the circumstances that I'm under. You don't understand the pressure. You don't understand. Okay, I get it. Maybe I don't understand. However, what is worrying going to do to fix your problem? Nothing. We need to get to a point where we are able to get ourselves in a mindset of being able to find solutions. If you can't find a solution to the problem in which you're going through, then of course, by nature, you're going to worry. And why worry? Because you don't have a solution. A lot of us, we consume way too much outside influence. And by outside influence, I mean too much white noise, too much of this. And it sways us to think in certain ways that we wouldn't have never thought of. Have you ever opened up your app, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and you were just completely fine. And then you open the app up and you see something that triggers a thought. Maybe something that you put out of your mind a long time ago. You dealt with it or you forgot about it, and then you got on Instagram or Facebook, and then all of a sudden you remember what it is you had put out of your mind. And now you're worrying again. something that you weren't even concerned about. You're worrying once again because of what it is you've seen. I know because this has happened to me before. But when I started taking those things out of the equation, meaning not consuming so much social media, not consuming the negative thoughts and ideas that people try to plant into my mind, I started feeling more at peace, more sound, so to speak. I was talking to a good friend of mine. I told him, I said, I feel like I have this ability to not think about anything sometimes. Like, no, have you ever, or maybe you've experienced my mind's racing. I have a million things on my mind. I don't. Like, I can sit here, like, and just nothing be on my mind except for what am I going to eat today? And that's it. And yes, I have bills like you. I have things I need to take care of like you. I have a family like maybe some of you, kids, wife. I got all that stuff, like everything in which you have to do, so do I. But I just don't let it worry me. I'm not rich. I don't have a ton of money, but at the same time, I'm good. I'm not worried about where I'm gonna get, the money to pay the bills. I'm not worried about that because it always happens. It always comes. Now, some of you out there, maybe some of y'all might believe in God. Some of you might not believe in God, but I do. And I'm gonna just read a little bit of scripture to you. Matthew chapter 6 here, verse 34. It says, "Take therefore no thought for tomorrow, for tomorrow shall take care of itself." Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about what you can't control. We can't control what tomorrow will bring. So why take today and think about tomorrow when we should be focusing on the now, focusing on this moment right here? Are you happy in this moment? Do you feel joy in this moment? Because if you do, cling to that, hold on to that. Don't think about what hasn't even arrived yet. Don't focus on a day that you might not even see. It's Friday, December the 20th. You may not even see December 21st. You may not even witness it. So why sit up here and be concerned about it? Worrying steals our joy. It steals our sense of happiness. It doesn't allow us to enjoy the present. It doesn't allow us to experience things that are right in front of our faces. Have some of you been so worried that let's just say you're at a gathering, a party, and there are people there, they're having a good time, they're just having some fun, playing some games and stuff, and you're just sitting there like, you don't even hear anything. You can't hear what's going on. You can't see what's going on because you're so worried. You're so taken away. Like you're here, the body's here, but the mind is like 1,000 miles away. Worry takes your joy, folks. And I made the decision to try to live the best that I can in the moment. Being happy, being joyful, and not worrying about anything anymore. The biggest thing takeaway for me, honestly, and maybe for you, is we don't know how much longer we're going to be here on Earth. We don't know how many days we have, years, months. We just don't know. A lot of us like to assume that we're going to be here for a long time, but we don't really know. And because we don't know, why would you waste your time worrying? Some of you need to take control of how you think. Now, I know that might sound a little bit hard to do or more complicated than I just said it, but you absolutely can take control of your thoughts. There's a Bible verse that says, take every thought captive. And the more you take yourself away from diversions, the more you get distractions out of your life, the more you'll be able to maximize you taking control of the way that you think. Get off of social media for a while. Get away from people who always talk negatively or who never have anything nice to say or who are always tearing you down. Get yourself out of environments that make you feel lesser than, and start putting yourself around people that can build you up. Start putting yourself around people that can actually speak life into you and not take it away from you. I read some of your comments. I see some of the stories. Some of you are in positions right now and you're around people that don't deserve you. You're around people who take away from you and they don't pour into you. They tear you down and they don't build you up. And it's causing you to lose pieces of yourself trying to figure out who you are because you've given so much to people who don't see the value that you possess. I know how it feels to be in an environment where you feel like people don't appreciate you. You start questioning like, man, am I really enough? Am I really worth anything? You start thinking like that because of the people and the environment that you're around. But you gotta take control of that. All of that, those changes and configurations there will play a role in how you think. Read more. Studies show that people do not pick books up anymore. People do not read anymore. All we do is scroll on our phones, watch TV, play video games. A very small percentage of people actually read books. There's like so many books that you can buy that talk about self-care, that talk about how to be more productive, how to unlock the potential of your mind, of your brain, how to do all of these different things to make yourself a better person. It's just a matter of you, just taking the time out of your day to do it. So it's just going to mean you're going to have to just sacrifice at the end of the day. And I know having withdrawals from, not being on social media can play a role as far as how you do that. But if you are somebody out there who truly wants to gain control over how you think, you gotta first take control of what you're allowing into your mind. Ask yourself that question right now. What am I allowing into my mind? Because it all starts here. This is so powerful. And some of the most successful people in the world have figured that out. So they have those boundaries that they've set. They have those limitations that they have in place to protect this. Because if they don't protect this, everything just falls apart. It's not easy, and it does take some self-examination and some honesty to get to that point. But if you want to take control of your life, you gotta make sure that you filter out everything that you allow into your life. I hope this video touched somebody. I really, really do. Because I know a lot of you out there are struggling right now, mentally, spiritually, physically. Trust me, I've been there. And you can overcome. You can get to where you want to be, okay? Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe if you're a new subscriber. Check out the rest of my videos as well. Hopefully you have a great day. Happy holidays. Peace.